Hey, hi Bhavya. Good afternoon.
Hey, hi, Abhishek. Good afternoon.
Hi Bhavya.
Good to see
S-
you.
Same here. Okay, Bhavya. Just brief me about yourself, and this is for all my audience. Okay, and you are
Yeah.
open to all. Okay, so you can
Yes,
speak
yes.
up. This is nothing like any interview or anything. Be
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
Let me know your all qualifications, what background you
Mhm.
have, right? What technology stack you are into now. Okay, and where you want to excel, right? So everything you can let me know, and then we'll come to
Oh,
the problem.
so sure, sure.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Bhavya She. So, I have 3.5 years of experience
Mhm,
as a Linux admin. So,
mhm,
as a fresher, I started as a Linux admin.
mhm,
So, basically, my background was I completed my BTech in CSC.
mhm.
So on the time of training, I have go through with Java and Selenium. But once into the company, I got my Linux admin role.
Uh,
So coming to my concerns, can I go for
yeah,
my
yeah.
concern?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So I'm a bit new to this Linux where I'm studied. I do not have any idea about Linux.
Mm,
So okay, I have started and almost it got 3 years right now.
mm,
So
mm,
now I try to improve my skills like in this platform only. Where can I go for further
mm,
for
mm,
I need to move. I'm trying to switch my company right now. So
mm.
as per the I have go through
Okay.
some portals also. There with the Linux admin we can't do anything. What I understand. So I need some more technologies which need to be learned.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
That is important. Correct.
Yes.
So, okay. So basically, you wanted to switch your career, okay, or you wanted
Mhm.
to switch the company. That is your primary goal. As of now,
Yeah.
that is my understanding. Yes, correct.
Yes.
And
Yes.
anything else like whether you are like wanted, you are getting stuck, or like what exactly the reason you want to switch? Only because of the
Uh,
technology stack or salary
no.
point of
No.
view
No.
or like that anything?
Yeah. First,
Uh,
basically salary because
mhm,
if you are stable in one company, we can't
mm,
expect more salary.
correct, correct. Guys too.
And by seeing other careers like careers now
Mm,
there was no with one technology we can't move. That is the true currently running on. As a person we need to know some other technologies also.
correct.
So for that, which is good for my career and
Mm,
what need to be built to get my one good job with good package.
okay, okay. So one more thing I'll ask you before proceeding an answer to your question, Bhavya. Okay.
Mm.
You said something you did before coming to this IT field. You did Java and Selenium course or something like
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have knowledge on development.
I have. Yes.
Okay, that
Java.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, that is good. That is good. Okay, and you are almost having 3.5 years of experience,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. So, and what is your area of interest? I wanted to know from your point of view. Like you feel that no,
See.
I can do
Uh,
better in this one.
yes. Yes. See, I don't want development side. Anyhow, I don't have idea because I don't want to sit and write that much of code of lines. Now, anyhow, it got getting into ChatGPT.
Okay, okay. Got it.
So
Got it.
uh,
Okay.
I need to be this production, no problem. But in production only, there were a lot of people who are getting enough knowledge on that some other technologies. They are moving to step by step. I thought I stuck here. So I need to improve myself because I have searched because in personally in career no one will help in software companies that we
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
If you go and ask also they'll say briefly and they'll went off. And that time only past 3 months I'm watching your channel. So this is
Thank you.
right time.
Okay.
So I learned in the Linux also as a working. I have go through a lot of things in your channel which I don't know. Personally, it is very useful for me. But I right now I can say coming to my thing, I'm better now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that appreciation and right. Okay. So okay, now directly coming to your problem, Babia, right? You wanted to switch. Obviously, everybody has full rights to look after their
Mm.
career curve. Okay, or I'll
Yeah.
say they that is learning curve basically. Okay, and you
Mm.
say that most of my video, if you see my I have taken mock
Mm.
interview with Kavya, Sapna, and many every like video, if you go through that one, I was keep on telling that we need to build something which is important, that is our foundation, right? If you have to build a building, foundation has to be there first, and then only you can start building the story one by one by one, right? And
Yes,
it's
yes.
like that only. If you go upstairs, okay, so you need to take the first step, so you have already taken the first step according to me.
Hmm.
Okay, and you are confident enough, this 3.5 years is according to me, it's absolutely fine. Okay, where you have good understanding of Linux. Okay, and how
Mhm.
about your troubleshooting skills? How good you are in troubleshooting skills, Bhavya?
So basically, I can identify the things. So as production environment,
Mhm.
we as L2, L1, sorry,
Mm.
L3, L2 tickets only I'm working as of now.
Very good,
So
very
we
good.
are, yeah.
Mm.
So there is no much interaction with the things, but
Mhm, mhm,
mostly I can understand what is the issue.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
I'm grabbing that off. See, seriously, literally, after seeing your videos only, I'm trying to do that. Seriously, I'm open with that
Okay, okay,
because we previously only the copy move commands which we are regularly
correct,
expecting WinSCP you are using, right? That
correct.
much work I'm doing. So after seeing your troubleshooting things and all, I'm going and checking what is happening there. So I'm going with my seniors with the procedure. See, this what I'm thinking. What
Mm,
is your things to be added in that?
mm, mm.
So they're saying, okay, fine. But I know still I need to be more confident in the that thing, troubleshooting. I can identify the issue. If the
Correct.
server is went and we have to go on checking everything, but
Mm,
we need some more confidence about that one. Remaining the day-to-day task, right? The
mm.
day-to-day task, I'm good enough for that.
Okay. Okay, so why I asked this one, Bhavya, because see, if if you have to excel in some other technology, the if you go even in a Java also, there is not much development work in India. Okay, the thing is,
Yeah.
there is almost like, because see, under me, I said, right, I am working as a associate manager in my current organization,
Mhm.
where all the DevOps engineer are working under me, plus the dev engineers are also working under me. Okay, so I see they are working on features, they are working on defects. Okay, they are
Yeah.
just trying to enhance the current features and all. They are not building something from scratch. Okay, that is not
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So it's mostly the defects and all they are working. Okay, so if you see, right, when you worked as a Linux administrator, so in Linux also there are many areas which we don't think of it. So let me tell you directly what exactly a roadmap of a Linux administrator. Okay, people just think, no, Linux is just few commands. No, it's not like that. I have explained.
Oh, like
So
that.
it's a big ocean. It can entire DevOps can come inside Linux. If you
Yeah.
ultimately, what is that Git? What is that Git? Ultimately, that is developed by Linus Torvald only, right? And it's
Yes.
only the Linux commands only, right? When you
Yes. Yes.
execute any of the Git command and all, like, right? So the most important part, what I wanted to convey over here is, see, with Linux, there is something called automation. Okay.
Yes.
So
Shell script.
basically, yeah, shell scripting. So whether you want to go with the bash shell or a corn shell or right, so there are multiple shells are there. So you need to be very proficient, according to me, in the shell scripting. And why is it
Okay.
it is important, Bhavya? Because see, if you are working as a Linux administrator, right, and those manual tasks are still exist in our current environment, where
Yes.
you will not believe organization, I am telling you, still they are spending millions of dollars only to maintain those environment, right? And they are not able
Mm.
to maintain. Why? Because still the work is manual. Okay, and they wanted to automate. So they are looking for some kind of, if you see the JD, most of the JDs will be like,
Yes.
they will be asking that you should be proficient either in shell
Yeah.
scripting or in Python. These two things are
Yeah.
keep on
These two
coming.
they're
Correct?
looking. Yeah. I
They
know.
are looking at, right? And so this is why I said that if you are good in Linux, then you should be good in shell scripting also. Then only
Yeah.
you can automate your current environment, because you only know better your environment rather than a person. Suppose I am a developer, I am just joined
Hmm.
now to your organization only, I'm just giving an example. So you are already in the system, so who better knows the system? You only, right? correct?
Yeah, my knowledge.
And you
Yes.
have to tell me, Abhishek, okay, these are the things we used to on a daily basis. So how we can automate this? So why you are asking me rather than you can do it with the help of shell scripting? And that is where we can make an added advantage to an organization.
Okay.
And this is how we make an impact in the fiscal year also, and this is how we can get recognized. Okay, this is something which we need to learn within the organization, right? So but if you are not getting enough opportunity, right, where you feel like I am capable enough to automate my environment, Bhavya, okay, and
Mm.
now I need to move on from here. So right, so
Mm.
you can take, that is absolutely fine, because within, if you stays within an organization, if you see my journey also, obviously money is our motivation for all of us. We are
Yes.
earning, right, for our family, right,
Yes.
to
Yes.
sustainability. But the most important thing is that there is a career graph, okay, which has to be go in a linear way, right? It has to be in it should not be like in a normal, right, curve should
Yes.
not be like that. So in that case, if we are not getting ample amount of opportunities, we need to switch, right?
Yes.
So at that point, what we need to do for learning shell scripting is important. Okay, now there is also
Mm.
something which I am coming up soon in my channel only. Okay, that is, I felt that most of the application support job, you said production support, I said
Yes.
Linux, a guy who is working in a production support, a guy who is working on a application
Dev
support, right?
UIT. Yeah.
Correct. There are SRE engineers and all.
Yes.
Everybody has to work on that database. You right?
Yeah.
And there we are lacking. I see
Yes.
there most of the peoples are lacking, and when we say okay, just take a backup or something like that, will no, I don't know about the database, then how I can work? It's not in my profile. No, it
Yeah.
should not be like that. If you need to remember when you are working as an application support engineer, so you need to include all three tier. What is that? The
Mm.
first thing is your database, your application, and your operating system also, and the platform also we need to know, right? So if you
Yeah.
know some kind of a Tomcat or something like that, okay, or any
Mm.
server, that is absolutely fine. But DB is most important now. Okay.
Yeah.
So the roadmap is like for a Linux administrator, where if suppose down the line, I'm just telling you, somebody asked me
Mm.
recently one question, sir, how much will be the salary of a Linux administrator who is having 5 years of experience, Bhavya. Okay. So I said his salary range in India, very honestly, and this data is not from somewhere else.
Mm.
It's because of my own salary, pay slips and all. I have concluded it will be between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. And you can
Yeah.
go more than that. And even for a DevOps engineer who is having 5+ years of experience, right? Because since from last 7 years, I'm working as in DevOps only, right? So
Mm.
he should be somewhere around like 9 lakhs or 10 lakhs or maximum 11 or 12 lakhs, not more than that. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
between then only. But if you are only sticking with Linux administrator, where all the, I would say, server related like NFS server, DNS server,
Mm.
those troubleshootings and all, obviously your package will be get stagnant. Okay. So to increase that one, what we need to do, Bhavya, is like we need to add, that is shell scripting, plus we need to add being a roadmap, that is database also, right? And how we can
Okay.
make impact in that one, because see, shell scripting is an interface between your database. It's not only, I would say, uh, basically it's an interface between you, the user utility and the
User
kernel, right? But
and
how my thinking is like, that is what I'm explaining. Okay, it should be a connectivity between your database and your main Linux operating system, because if you have to take the backup of the database tables and all, there also you can
mm.
use shell scripting. You can run some kind of a script, right, to insert query, to
Mm.
select query, right, to update query and all. There are many, even in my current project also, there are requirements where they need uh, specifically DBA, okay, because DevOps
Mm.
engineer is not able to do that. But being a DevOps engineer, I said DevOps is a way of working, right? DevOps is a culture,
Mm.
Babya, okay. So people
Yes.
are still not understanding, oh no, if I learn some tool, I'll become DevOps. No, it's not like that. It's a journey, okay. You need to understand. You need to start from Linux, that is your base, that is your foundation. When you are confident enough, just start adding things onto it, like your
Yes.
automation. That is the first priority. That is something shell scripting or Python or something, so you can start automating your environment. Second Third thing is that immediately that you should know about your DB, because that is we are encountering on a daily basis. Database,
Okay.
application, operating system, these things you can encountering on a daily basis, Bhavya, right? Now, because since all the organization is moving to AWS, correct? I
Mhm.
won't say it's AWS, it's any cloud, whether it's a AWS cloud,
Yeah.
Azure cloud, or GCP cloud. I have worked on all these three, so I am able to tell you. Okay, so you can
Mm.
take at least one cloud and stick with that one. And please, because reason is on premises soon or later, I am telling, like after down the line or 5 years or 10 years, okay, it will be completely vanish. The reason behind that, all because infrastructure cost is increasing if you are working as a on
Yeah.
premises, right?
Yes.
So that should be there. So you should do one thing. Anyways, you are good in Linux. Now you are started doing shell scripting. You can see that course content is already there. And soon I am
Yeah.
going to come up with the Linux shell scripting interview question and answer also. Okay.
Oh, it's nice. Nice
Okay.
for me. Only.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
will be there. So plus database also I'm coming up. Okay, so DB also I'll produce the question and answer first, and then
Mm.
some kind of a course or something. I'm not
Yeah.
a DB administrator, but my profile is like that. I have learned so many things within my career. Okay, so that is there, and then I would say like parallelly you should start doing cloud, right?
Yeah, I have AWS cloud certifications. I have.
Okay, then it is very good. Okay, and then you start thinking of DevOps tools. Okay, because if I'll tell you directly, no, Bhavya, please go ahead and do it GitHub. No, it's not only
It's
about the
not
GitHub.
easy.
It's not at all about only a version control
Mm.
tool or a configuration management tool, or
Yes,
it's
yes.
right. The work could be anything. I have seen there are videos in YouTube where they are just telling, no, you need to do these many tools and you'll become DevOps engineer. No, why you are
Yeah.
just misguiding people? It's not like that, because when you work as a DevOps engineer, na, they'll ask you to work on vulnerability remediation. Seriously, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they'll ask you to work on code remediation and all. They'll ask you to work
Mhm.
on migration activity. They'll ask you to work on patching activity. So, do you think patching activity is not that same like what Linux administrator is doing?
Yes,
Same thing
yes.
we are doing as a DevOps engineer, right?
Mhm.
So, and at the same time, they are telling you to automate your environment, automate your pipeline.
Mhm.
Jenkins, you need to learn if you are good in Jenkins. If you know Jenkins, if you know Azure DevOps, then do with the Azure DevOps pipeline, correct? So these things will be there. They will ask you to also do the Terraform. So DevOps is something, there are list of tools, okay, and going forward it may change, but once we know
Yes.
the feature and functionality category wise, like version control tool or a configuration management tool or a
Mhm.
containerization or a monitoring tool, there are monitoring tool also. People
Yes.
are only working in the monitoring tool and they are telling that I am a DevOps engineer. You
Yeah.
will believe they only work on a Splunk, and what they are doing being a DevOps engineer, they are just monitoring those Splunk logs from the dashboard or from the Kibana, right? From
Mm.
the Elk, Elastic Logstash and Kibana, right? Elastic Search,
Yes.
from there, that Kibana dashboard, they are just monitoring that one. So it's not like that. And ultimately, they'll ask you to troubleshoot that one. Just check the
Mhm.
logs why we are getting error, right? For the application.
Yes.
So DevOps work is very versatile. Okay. So to get
Mm.
into that situation, you have to come this way. And it's
Mm.
not like that you can excel. Yes, if you are only sticking with Linux administrator, I said very clearly there are a list of things. Okay. And but if you are adding automation, and if you are adding into that one the database and cloud, that is also more than efficient, more than sufficient, Bhavya. Okay. And the reason,
Okay.
because you can see when you Amazon is hiring. Okay. If you see, there are
Yeah.
company who are only hiring for the cloud. So what exactly they
Mm.
are looking at you? They are looking your troubleshooting skills, how good you are in Linux,
Yeah.
how good, because you they know that ultimately those DevOps tool, the orchestration tool you are going to learn, correct? It's not like that
Yeah.
somebody immediately started know that they started deploying their microservices. If I'll tell now you only you are having 3.5 years of experience. If I'll tell Bhavya, okay, please go ahead and automate the Kubernetes cluster, will you able to do it? Tell me
No.
why you
No.
are not able to do it, because I am directly putting you into a jet, okay, and telling you no, you have
Mm.
to fly it. what is wrong with people, why they are misguiding, because that requires a amount of experience and it has to be in a linear way. Okay, you came
Mm.
from your foundation, you have done automation,
Mm.
and then finally you know about your cloud and all, and then finally you should be I would say in that position where you can learn different tools. Anyways, Git and GitHub, you can do it. Jenkins also you can do it. But when it's come to the Docker, Kubernetes and all, then see, once what exactly happened, when you, like, for your experience, I'm just telling, okay, when
Mm.
you go for 3.5 years of experience being a DevOps engineer only, okay, so they are started expecting everything from you. You should know Terraform. You know Terraform. So what you'll tell? No, I don't know Terraform. Okay, okay, you know Ansible, any configuration management tool. If you say no, I don't know about that one. Okay, you know Docker. Okay, you know containerization. Okay, means in Docker, you know Kubernetes. They'll ask you everything, and then they'll ask you, okay, then what you know. So you will tell, no, I know GitHub, I know Jenkins and all, two three tools. Then the rejection will be more, because they are looking at someone who is efficient in all the tools.
All the
That is the
tools. Yeah.
requirement. Okay, that is the minimum
Yeah.
requirement. Okay, so to and you are not going to get all those tools at once.
Mm.
That is also there, you will going to get bits and pieces. Very honestly, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Vibha. What do you think, like during these 7 years I was continuously working on all those tools? No, at somewhere I have worked on Ansible, at somewhere I have worked on your Docker, or I would say in the
Mm.
Kubernetes, right? And GitHub, it will be there. But there is something which is keep continuing with me from past 12 plus years, that is Linux. Okay, and that is after that, I would say, like 4 years earlier it was VMware only, 5 years, and then
Mm.
cloud was with me. So these two things is the pillar of entire, I would say, if you are working as a
Yeah.
infrastructure. Basically, I call this one entire thing as a operation and management, according to me. Okay, this is something,
Yeah.
operation and management, basically it comes under that only, right? We are not developing thing, we are actually managing, we are building, right? Build, test, deploy. This is what a job,
Yes.
right?
The
And
DevOps.
exactly correct. DevOps is all
Yes.
about, right? And same thing being a Linux, this is how our journey should be. So I hope you get a clear picture now, Bhavya, right? What exactly
Yes.
you need to do, and you can excel also. See, if you good in these three also, now you can get more than a DevOps engineer also, because you are into
Mhm.
the system. The most
Yeah.
important is that, right? And once you switch your career, okay, that will be a added advantage, don't worry about that one. Obviously the salary will be minimum 30% hike will be there, that don't worry about that
Yes.
one, that should be there. Okay, and you can expect more than that also. Okay,
Yeah.
and you are, since you are already good in one of the clouds, so you can keep mentioning those things in your resume. Just do one thing. Okay, so once you are
Mm.
ready with all these things, give me a mock interview. So your mock
Sure.
interview,
Sure.
I'll not focus only on the Linux administrator. You see, there is a
Mm.
mock interview coming up soon
Yeah.
where I have taken application support. I have taken I can take mock interview for anyone. Okay, except the
Mm.
Java developer. Honestly, I'm telling, because I am not a Java developer. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay, but Java developers works under me only. Okay, I know what front end React JS and Angular and everything they are working exactly. Okay, so the backend developers and all. So fine. So you start preparing all those things, and I'll basically, I can see that you can become a good, okay, engineer, according to me, a candidate for a production support engineer.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
don't know
Thank you for
why.
that.
I suddenly it came. I see for everyone I give completely different
Mm.
suggestions by looking
Yes.
at or by analyzing someone, but it
Mm.
came to me. I somehow I don't know. But I can
Okay.
understand from your point of view, you can become a good production support engineer. Okay, who can
Thank you. Thank you
manages
for
the
that.
cloud, who can manages not only the cloud, also the Linux. Okay, you can do the automation also, and going forward, your future is very good. Okay, so if you goes like this, Bhabya, okay, and learn all those DevOps tools soon. Don't worry that those things will be also coming to my channel, but it doesn't matter. You
Mhm.
should not wait for that one. But yes, the
Mm.
curves should be linear. So this is how
Yes. Yes.
you can take it up your career. So it will be easy for you.
First, I need to be focused on shell scripting, and I need to put on some more in my AWS thing.
Correct.
Okay. And in the Linux troubleshooting part, I need to
Correct.
understand,
And
and I'll
also
come
the
back to
DV
you.
somewhere you start learning, because I see most of us like are lacking in the database part. Because see, when you are starting in production support now,
Yeah.
Bhavya, so they are expecting
Hmm.
from you that why you'll see, like they'll tell that why this DV server is not connecting. Okay. So what could be
Yeah.
the reason? Okay. And they will ask you to make sure that to execute some query for testing purpose. So basically, even if I would say like a DevOps engineer, okay, or a Linux, it's our job to validate everything. So how we are going to validate with the testing, right? You said Selenium something, right? You have learned Selenium also, right?
Yes,
So
Selenium.
okay, so being a tester, it's a good quality that we should test our environment. So if you have to test
Yes.
end to end, so whether we should stop only with the operating system and application, no, it
No,
should be
no.
between the database also,
Yes.
right? So this is how we can check the complete connectivity. Right?
Yeah. I'll
Anything
go through
else?
it.
Bhavya, I can help you
No.
with.
No. I got one picture in my mind right now. What is the next step I need to do, Abhishek?
Okay.
Thanks. It was very helpful for me to grow my career.
Okay, sure. Just take your time. Let me know whenever you are comfortable. I'll take up your mock interview. Okay. And first, you
Hmm.
prepare your resume. Okay. Okay. If you
Okay.
need some kind of a format, let me know. I'll help you with that also. What should be the roles on? Because I have worked on everything. What is the roles and
Hmm.
responsibility for a Linux administrator, including I would say shell scripting or the Python or AWS. If you wanted to prepare only for the AWS resume, I can help you with that. If you wanted to prepare only for the DevOps
Hmm.
resume, I can help you with that also. Okay. So let me
Okay.
know. Okay. But what I have suggested, stick with that one. Prepare your resume according to that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you some kind of a format. Let me validate it. And then you start uploading and you can, yeah, go for the calls.
Sure. Sure. It may take few days because
No,
I
no,
need to
take
put
your
on
time.
it. Yeah.
Take your
I
time.
need to
Take.
put on. Yeah.
Okay.
And I went on. A lot of people say go for Dockers, Kubernetes. What is that? I need to be Dockers is anyhow the container topic in that too comes in Linux only extension.
So I'll tell you that also. Okay. So
Yeah.
see, like when we say predecessor, okay, one technology is
Mm.
the predecessor to the other technology. So Docker is nothing but it's a predecessor of your virtualization only. Okay. So you know, right? Earlier we were, if you see in my course also where I have explained why we started using containerization, right? Why we are not. This is also an interview question. Also, they'll ask you what is the difference between virtualization and containerization. At
Container.
your experience, okay, they can ask you,
Mm.
so you should directly say it's all about the overhead cost. And immediately, if I'll say, okay, why we switch it from the virtualization from the VMware to cloud? What is the main reason? That is also our overhead cost. Okay, so it's a pay and use service now. It's going on. Okay, so
Yeah.
companies are more sticking towards how they can do more optimization for the cost, right? So once you'll be in cloud now, so there are
Mm.
many open source tools will be there. Yes, it is there. Okay, Kubernetes and Docker, you are
Mm-hmm.
going to learn. That should be there. Either you'll be deploying those microservices in your AWS cloud or a GCP cloud
Yeah.
or Azure cloud, right? So you'll learn all those things. But yes, and there is also one more thing. If you can focus on some kind of a monitoring tools, okay, like
Mm.
it doesn't
I
matter.
know Dynatrace. It is one
Dynatrace, correct,
Dynatrace. Yes.
correct. Dynatrace is there, or
Recently, I
plus.
have created one dashboard in my production also.
Very good. So it's means it's basically like matrix monitoring and all, right?
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Mm.
see, all the tools are doing. Even I have worked with Splunk also. What is Splunk, Bhavya? Splunk is nothing but it's a log
Huh.
monitoring tool. Correct.
Yes. I
Elk is
know.
what? It's a data monitoring. You are going to
Yes.
monitor your data. And Zabbix is what? It's a alert monitoring tool, right? It's like
Yeah.
that. There are multiple tools. Even Grafana also I have worked with. That is also a
Yeah.
monitoring tool. Okay. And now you are telling this Dynatrace. Dynatrace is also a matrix monitoring. All are
Correct.
doing the matrix monitoring. And in Linux, there is
Correct.
something called top command is there, right? That is
Yes.
also do
Yes.
matrix monitoring.
Performance. Yes.
So I have seen this. So all the tools are nearby somewhere same only. You see, when I working in HP, I worked with HP Sitescope. There is a
Oh,
tool called HP Sitescope that also do matrix monitoring. At that time only I know.
yeah.
It's been like 10 years, like more 10 years down the line,
Mm.
before only I know. And then now we know all this configuration management tool like Ansible, Puppet, Chef is there, right?
Yes.
But that time also I have worked on, that is something called HPSA, Hewlett Packard Software Automation Tool. Their job is also like that. Just think of it, this how there are, but these are in-houses tools, okay, for the
Yes.
company specific. But the feature and the everything is same, the functionality is same. Now it's more of a, I would say, like open source kind of stuff, okay. So
Yes.
it's correct like that only. So moreover things will be same only, right? It's not a big deal that you cannot learn all those things, right? But if you are directly telling those, ultimately, if I have to hire you for my organization, okay, so what I should be looking after you. So suppose if I have to hire you for the DevOps position, okay, and my project is sticking on the I'm managing Kubernetes cluster because I have
Mm.
automated the entire Kubernetes cluster, Bhavya,
Okay.
for the unhealthy pods and all. Okay, so I know
Oh.
end to end thing, right? Complete. So if
Mm-hmm.
what being my project is like that, if I have to hire you as a you learn DevOps from somewhere, you mention Kubernetes, you mention pods
Oh.
and everything and all. Okay, but you haven't worked on Kubernetes and all. Fine. And now I am coming to you and I am asking, my expectation is what? You should be able to manage my Kubernetes cluster, right?
Yes.
Being a DevOps engineer, and you don't know about anything, okay, about that Kubernetes cluster, or how the configurations will be there, how the real time projects will be there. And if I'll hire you, ultimate, who will suffer? You will suffer.
Yeah, because I don't know anything. If I go and sit, what I know.
Correct. See, moreover, more or less, again, I am telling, like, these organizations are moving from on premises to cloud, correct?
Yes.
So they will give you chance there only to learn cloud. Okay, now they will give you chance there only to learn Kubernetes. You will not believe, because they have to take their production support engineers only into the DevOps. This is how they are doing. Okay, you no need to worry. People are still thinking, they are worrying, oh, let's learn DevOps and we'll get 20 lakhs of package, 25 lakhs.
Package. Yes.
No, it's not at all. The current employees only, company is giving ample amount of opportunity for them to learn within the
Learn more.
organization.
Yes. Yes, I know that.
I don't know, like, this is simple way why we are making things complicated. Okay. So this is how it has to be, and this is how I learn, Bhavya, very honestly. Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope now your doubts are more clear.
Yes, yes. I'm good now.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got clarity to move my career right now. I need to work on it and I'll give you mark interview for you.
Okay.
I need
Okay.
to know.
Sure. Anything else, Bhavya, I can help you with?
No, as of now I clear on it.
Okay. Okay. So it's nice talking to you. Just take care of yourself, your loved one.
Thank you.
Bye bye and Jai Hind.
Thank you. Bye bye.